Shannon Sharpe. From 7th round to Super Bowl crown, the NFL's prototype GOAT tight ends a wild ride. Shannon Sharpe has become one of the most recognized faces behind the microphone. Today, he is well known as Uncle Shannon and has debated on multiple sports topics with Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, and many others. Now he is mostly known for his podcast Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco and Club Shay. Before he became the voice behind the mic, he was one of the NFL's greatest trash talkers and is one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game. When people talk about the greatest tight ends in football history, one name consistently rises to the top: Shannon Sharpe. Known for his electrifying play, unmatched competitiveness, and larger-than-life personality, Sharpe helped redefine the tight end position in the National Football League, from humble beginnings at a small college to becoming one of the most dominant pass-catching tight ends the league had ever seen. His journey is a story of perseverance, excellence, and reinvention. Shannon Sharpe was born on June 26, 1968 in Chicago and raised in poverty in Glenville by his grandmother, Mary Porter. He grew up with his older brother, Sterling Sharpe, and his sister in a small rural home without indoor plumbing until 1988. His mother, Mary Alice Dixon, sent him to live with his grandmother to give him a safer upbringing. Sterling Sharpe played a major role in raising him and strongly influenced his work ethic. Despite working on a farm and facing significant financial hardship growing up, Sharpe developed discipline and resilience. His father, Pete Sharpe Sr., died of cancer at age 39. Before becoming an NFL legend, Shannon Sharpe played college football for the Savannah State Tigers at Savannah State University. At a smaller program that rarely received national attention, Sharpe developed the skills and physicality that would eventually translate to the professional level. Despite his talent, Sharpe was not considered a top prospect heading into the 1990 NFL draft. Scouts questioned his size and whether his skill set would translate to the NFL. Because of these concerns, he slipped far down the draft board. In the 7th round of the 1990 draft, the Denver Broncos took a chance on him. That decision would ultimately become one of the greatest late-round steals in NFL history. Sharpe entered the league as an unproven rookie trying to find his place on a talented Broncos roster. The early days of his career were far from glamorous. Sharpe's rookie season in 1990 was modest by any standard. He recorded 7 catches for 99 yards and 1 touchdown while appearing in 16 games. For many players, numbers like that could signal a short career ahead, but Sharpe used that season as motivation. He worked relentlessly on improving his route running, strength, and blocking ability. Gradually, his role in the Broncos offense began to grow. Over time, Sharpe transformed himself into one of the most dangerous offensive weapons in the league. During his 12 non-consecutive seasons with the Denver Broncos, he established himself as the premier tight end of his era. His ability to stretch the field like a wide receiver while still playing the tight end position made him nearly impossible for defenses to cover. Sharpe's dominance was recognized throughout the league. He was selected to 7 consecutive Pro Bowls and earned 4 first-team All-Pro selections during his career. More importantly, he became a central piece of the Broncos championship teams. Putting in that work, Shannon Sharpe built his legendary physique and performance through a unique training approach that blended football conditioning with bodybuilding principles. Unlike many players at the time, Sharpe focused on developing a lean, muscular build, carefully managing his weight and physique to maximize strength, speed, and durability. During the offseason, he trained with professionals like Ty Felder and Daryl Monson in Atlanta, pushing himself through intense and structured workouts. His routine centered on heavy compound lifts such as bench presses, squats, and power cleans, movements designed to build total body strength and explosive power. Sharpe also emphasized cardio and conditioning, often incorporating treadmill or elliptical training to keep his heart rate elevated and maintain peak endurance. Above all, his success came from relentless consistency and discipline, maintaining elite conditioning year-round to dominate the tight end position. The late 1990s were the golden years of Sharpe's time in Denver. As the starting tight end, he played a crucial role in the Broncos offense during their championship runs. The team won back-to-back Super Bowls 32 and 33, cementing their place in NFL history. Sharpe's leadership and playmaking ability helped the Broncos establish themselves as one of the dominant teams of that era. Throughout his time in Denver, he played in 204 regular season games and participated in 4 AFC championship games. His consistency and toughness made him one of the most reliable players on the roster, but his journey with the Broncos wasn't continuous. Between his 2 stints with Denver, Sharpe spent 2 seasons with the the Baltimore Ravens. Even in a new environment, his impact was immediate. During his time with the Ravens, Sharpe earned another Pro Bowl selection, bringing his total to 8 appearances. His veteran leadership helped guide the team through a historic defensive season. The Ravens ultimately won Super Bowl 35, giving Sharpe his 3rd championship ring. That victory further cemented his reputation as a winner and one of the most respected veterans in the league. Shannon Sharpe was more than just a productive player. He changed how the tight end position was viewed in the NFL. Before players like Sharpe, tight ends were primarily blockers who occasionally caught passes. Sharpe showed that a tight end could be a primary receiving weapon. His speed, route running, and ability to create mismatches against linebackers and defensive backs made him a nightmare for opposing defenses. Sharpe became the first tight end in NFL history to surpass 10,000 receiving yards. By the time he retired, he held the NFL records for tight ends with 815 receptions, 10,060 receiving yards, 62 receiving touchdowns. Sharpe still holds NFL records till this day. Longest playoff TD reception in the 2000 playoffs with 96 yards during the AFC Championship against the Oakland Raiders. He still has the most receiving yards in a football game by a tight end, 214 yards against the Kansas City Chiefs in 2002. Both of these records were achieved during the twilight of his NFL career with the Baltimore Ravens. These milestones placed him firmly among the greatest players ever at his position. After an extraordinary career spanning more than a decade, Sharpe eventually stepped away from the game. But his legacy was already secure. In 2011, he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, one of the highest honors any football player can receive. The Hall of Fame recognition acknowledged not only his statistical accomplishments, but also his impact on the evolution of the tight end position. Sharpe's football journey, from a 7th-round pick to a Hall of Famer, became one of the most inspiring success stories in NFL history. Unc's still on the workout grind. Even in his 50s, Shannon Sharpe continues to train with the same intensity and discipline that defined his playing career. His workouts are built around a split routine, targeting specific muscle groups on different days, like chest-focused sessions featuring heavy dumbbell presses and other strength movements. Sharpe also prioritizes cardio and conditioning to maintain a lean, athletic build. He regularly incorporates rowing machines, stationary bikes, and high-energy circuit training similar to CrossFit-style workouts to keep his endurance and heart rate high. To avoid boredom, Sharpe keeps his training varied, constantly mixing exercises and intensity levels to challenge his body in new ways. Despite being in his 50s, he still lifts heavy and maintains impressive strength, reflecting the power that once helped him reach squat numbers approaching 565 pounds in his peak training years. Perhaps the most defining part of Sharpe's routine is his consistency. Known for starting his day around 3 a.m., he ensures his workouts are completed early, reinforcing the disciplined lifestyle that keeps him in elite shape even after retirement. Many athletes struggle to find their identity after retirement, but Shannon Sharpe quickly found a new platform where his voice and personality could shine. His outspoken nature, confidence, and deep knowledge of football made him a natural fit for sports media. Over time, he built an entirely new career as a television personality, analyst, and podcast host. Unc's still making it do what it do. One of the most defining moments in Sharpe's media career came when he partnered with sports commentator Skip Bayless. In September 2016, the two debuted a new sports debate show called Skip and Shannon, Undisputed, on Fox Sports 1. The show quickly became popular among sports fans thanks to the heated debates between the two hosts. Bayless often played the role of the provocateur, while Sharpe delivered passionate and often humorous responses. Sharpe's charisma and ability to mix analysis with entertainment made him a fan favorite. For 8 years, Undisputed remained one of the most recognizable sports debate shows on television. Sharpe stayed on the program until August 2024, marking nearly a decade of daily sports conversations that that reach million viewers. While working on television, Sharpe also expanded his influence into the growing world of sports podcasts. In the 2020s, he launched two major shows, Club Shay and Nightcap. Club Shay became particularly popular due to its long-form interviews with athletes, celebrities, and influential figures. Sharpe's relaxed style allows guests to share stories and insights that often went far beyond sports. The show gained massive attention online and helped introduce Sharpe to a younger audience. Nightcap, another podcast he hosted, continued to build on his reputation as a dynamic storyteller and sports commentator. Through these platforms, Sharpe proved that his voice could thrive beyond traditional television. After departing Undisputed in 2023, Sharpe continued his media journey by joining ESPN. At the network, he appeared as a weekly analyst on the popular sports debate program First Take. Working alongside prominent sports personalities, Sharpe brought the same energy and perspective that had made him successful on television and in podcasts. His insights, combined with his unique storytelling ability, made him a valuable addition to the program. Sharpe remained a contributor to First Take through 2025. Shannon Sharpe's career is remarkable, not just because of what he accomplished on the football field, but because of what he achieved afterward. In the NFL, he transformed the tight end position and set records that once seemed impossible. His 3 Super Bowl titles, 8 Pro Bowl selections, and Hall of Fame induction are lasting reminders of his dominance during his playing days. Off the field, he successfully reinvented himself as one of the most recognizable voices in sports media. Few athletes managed to remain as influential after retirement as they were during their playing careers. Sharpe is one of the rare exceptions. Perhaps the most inspiring part of Sharpe's story is how unlikely his success once seemed. A 7th-round draft pick from a small college rarely becomes a superstar in the NFL, yet Sharpe refused to let expectations define him. Through relentless work, confidence, and determination, he rose to the top of his profession. Today, Shannon Sharpe stands as one of the greatest tight ends in football history and one of the most influential sports personalities in modern media. His journey from Savannah State to the Pro Football Hall of Fame and from the football field to television studios and podcasts demonstrates what is possible when talent meets determination. For fans of football and sports media alike, the story of Shannon Sharpe remains one of perseverance, excellence, and lasting impact. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time on The Gridiron.